All right, hello everyone. So today is Thursday, 11th of Jan. So this is yesterday, right? So this is gold yesterday. Market was on the highs here, sweeping and then going down. So this is no man's land. This is in the middle of nowhere. This is a bit of a tricky place to do a trade, okay? Because it's a bit in the middle of nowhere. But if you're following the flow, then the up retracement at the opening pivot, that's a sell to come down. And if you bought here, that's fine. This was, again, not a very good spot at all because the highs were there the day before, okay, and the lows were down here. So this was a good place to get in because that was a low from 2 days ago. Let's do this. Okay, that was a nice low, and that's the Astra hour. So going in there at all is like nice in the zone, and then just put a tight stop loss there. So this was okay to do if you did it. If you didn't, that's also fine. Let's see what we've got today with this. Now, today we've got a few Astro hours, as you can see, but it starts at lunchtime. So until lunchtime, there's really not much for you to do. And let's see what we've got on the daily. As you can see, gold is still in the sideways. And today the market's been pushing up. Why? Because we still got that zone 51, 2039. So 2040 actually, because it's 2039, 80 odd. So 2040 is down here. All right. So this is a level the market can see for a target. If it does around lunchtime or the afternoon, okay, then it's not a bad place. We should have like a sudden move to push it somewhere. Okay, so that might be a likely place for it to get to. And also today, I just make sure you're following your swing days as well. All right, because Monday I posted them down. Gold is a swing day, as you know, tomorrow. Okay, so Tuesday was one. Okay, so today is, let's take a look. This is Tuesday. Okay, really nothing much, really just that high there, pushing it into Wednesday. Also, Wednesday was one as well. No, Monday, we had Monday, Tuesday, and Friday. So Monday was the low. Okay, Tuesday so far is the highest. It's the high of the week. Okay, and we'll see how things pan out for tomorrow. Like I said, the market might push up a little bit more on the weekly. As you can see, we're still in that range there. If it breaks above that 59, don't stand in front of it. So this 2040, 48, this could be like a target up here. If it is, this is not a bad place to sell, to push down. Okay, and that's that. If you want to sell in this red zone as well, because of that high yesterday, it's also doable at Astro hours. Okay, because from here to here, it's like not a bad spot to turn around. And like I said, that 2040 is a PST level. On the daily, the support is down here, 40, 2019. Okay, so let's make that 2020. And this is going to be 2020 there. All right, and that's also a zone here. Now the daily pivot is here today, so let me just refresh that. Okay, now we might have a bit of a pushy move, all right, towards the first session, which is the afternoon, all right, which is from 12:26 to 13:10. Market will have some pushing force behind it, okay, and then wherever we are, but at 3 p.m., then that's going to be a spot to keep in mind. And the attitude in the market should start to change. The market should become more attractive and should get to a target by 5:36 to 6:36. And New York morning session, that 4:15 to 4:50, we might see the market twisting around there as well. Okay, so those hours are nice to trade if the price is right. Okay, and now in the morning today, that in the morning session, 6:30 my time is 5:30 here, is that one there. Okay, and 5:26 is 425 on the platform, which is there. So top, bottom there, as you can see. All right. And that was the stronger one. So that's 6 o'clock one as well. Okay, 8 o'clock. So this was in the morning. That was 5 o'clock on the platform. And now it's 9:57 my time. So until lunchtime, pretty much don't do anything. Okay. So from the highs, it's okay to sell. If we break above the weekly, don't muck around. Okay, because if it breaks above the weekly, we might get a big push up. Okay. SP 500. Now SP 500 breakout. Yesterday I told you about this. This would be a resistance level, and I said if it breaks above it, don't stand in front of it. Okay, why? Because the PST breakout, you don't want to muck around with it, and that is it. Okay, yesterday. So that zone was a sell zone as well. If you sold there at an Astro hour, okay, yesterday, you could have still covered the trade. As you can see, the trade got covered. It came in to fill in the gaps and it just pushed up. But once it pushes up, I always say if a PST breaks out, don't stand in front of it because it's just going to cause dramas. Okay, it just picks up. And that's how it is. So let's see what we can do here today. All right, so I just quickly put in the Astro House here as well for this one. As you can see now, because on the weekly, let's take a look weekly, this is a big push up, but we're still in the sell zone. All right. It's a big push up. We're still in the sell zone, but this is pretty bullish. All right. So that's pretty bullish. And there you go. And it's kind of like pretty much on top there. So this is not a bad place to sell because if you think about it, that's your order block. All right. Let's take a look. Okay. And let's make this a little bigger. And I take the top there and I do this. Let's see. Okay, there. So as you can see, it's still in that zone there. Okay, that's the wick and that's it. So maybe it'll just take the stops out and push down. But what is important is this breakout here. And I don't want to stand in front of it. Okay, despite the fact that that's an order block, that might not work because of this breakout. If the market comes down to 60, 4758, and if that's an Astro hour, 4758 is all the way down here, as you can see. And this is not a bad place to go long. Okay, 4758 on the PST. Not a bad place to go long if the market comes back down there. Now, if the market can retest back down here on the, let's see on the monthly how we do. The monthly is bullish as well. So that's HCL, LCL1, sorry, 4882. Let's see if that's on the radar. We're going to have to put it on the radar, okay? Is this place an okay place to sell? It's not a bad place to sell, but when it breaks out on the PST, like, I don't know, it's a bit tricky, okay? 4868. Let's see if I got 4882 there. No, I don't, okay? Let's put 4888. It's a bit far out, as you can see, okay? That's on the monthly. On the weekly, 72 there, 4889,893. Okay, I'm not sure if that's gonna it's gonna reach that far, but you know how the market is. In any case, this is what we can do. Okay, we'll keep this in mind, all right? If the market comes back into an astro hour, going up is not a bad idea. Why? Because we got breakout aspects today. That can happen. And I wrote it down. Okay, so the market's got room to go. It's got room to break out. There's energy behind it. There's a push behind it. So, the market can really be pushy until it turns in the New York session. All right, so be careful around there. Today is definitely a day to be careful because of these breakouts, okay? Because there are breakout aspects. So this is going long. The best thing would be if it pushes back down to go up. And you can do that on the daily, the opening, or down here if it comes down here. Sudden moves today, like I said, are on the cards with planets. So you really have to be careful. Okay, this is the daily euro dollar. This is also pushing nicely upwards. That was a breakout. Remember, we talked about those. If you followed it upwards, you should have been okay. So this is a nice astro hour from yesterday. And I did mention those targets there. You could have also, this has entered nicely here. Look, beautiful breakout on the weekly pivot, pulls back down. That's a go long. Okay, so technically as well, if you're just following it technically, you should be okay as well. If you put your astro hours, you should be in at those levels. The weekly, also okay to sell, and here as well, good to buy. Now today, the weekly and the daily are together, and this has got room to go up. Following this upwards, I think is the way to go. We still got room to go into that 1030 and the previous week high. So buying at the daily, weekly, or the opening here, just on the previous day high, is okay to push it up into that zone. Okay, and that's logical on the daily as well. On the daily, because let's get into the daily. Oh, come on. Okay, so here we are on the daily, right? So this is okay. Let me just get rid of this. Let's get rid of a few stuff here. Okay. That's the breakout. So we want to go up a little bit. Okay, that's 1018, 1063, and that's 1047. So we might hit that 1015. That's logical to cover the gap here. Okay, and on the PST, we've got 57, which is 1.10. Okay, and then we've got 1.10. All right, so 1.10 is also this logical place, both on the LCL 157.70 and also that 57 line there. And 59 is 1024. And on top of that, we've got 62, 1050, which is enough to cover this zone here as well. So the market pushing up a little bit more, I think, is logical. Okay. So if it dips down, going up is, I think, the way to go. All right. And it's pretty much, touched that zone there. Okay, as you can see. So market wanting to push up is logical. So at astro hours, if we're anywhere, good place like down here, or I don't know, if it comes down at lunchtime into a place, it's good to go. So keeping 1030, 1050 on your target zone is what you want to do. And this is what you want to target. Okay, in that zone there. Let's take a look at Dow Jones, NASDAQ, and Bitcoin. All right, so let's take a look at Dow Jones. Okay, this is Dow Jones yesterday. So this was a target zone yesterday. Market reached it, fell back down. If you sold here, it would have covered. If you also sold again, you would have been stopped out. Okay, that's for sure. You can see that aggressive push there. So a bit of a tricky move here. On the US 30, let's take a look. Now that's a breakout, and once something breaks out, we don't stand in front of it. So it's got a target at 70 at least, which is 37,898. 37,898. So this is going to be a target. This is going to be the first target. 890. So if it does pull back, you can go long into it. Okay. Like I said, this was not a bad place to sell. And you can see the market showed a bit of a reaction. You could have still made money on that, but a second time, no. As you can see, it just broke out. So what to do? If it comes back down, you can follow it up there. Okay. On the weekly, yeah, it's on the weekly. It's like all-time highs, as you can see. All right. All-time highs. If I'm to check out, just bear with me. Yeah. So today, yeah, the New York session is what you got to be looking after. So that 540 and beyond is going to be a bit tricky. And if we're at the tops by 536, then you could probably sell it off. If in the afternoon we're somewhere low, then you can buy it to get up to that target. Okay, but as you can see, this has got room to kind of like push up still. Okay, as you can see, it's a pretty aggressive trend going up. Okay, that's an impulse wave. Yesterday I talked about this as well. It's an impulse wave with an A, B, C down flag formation. So if it breaks out, I said we've got room to go up, and that's what's happening here, as you can see. Okay, so market making an A, B, C down on the PST as well, and then pushing up nicely again into there. So if you saw the breakout, you should have not sold and gone the other way. If you're using your ATM, life is a bit more easier because you can see the breakout and the pullback, and then you can say, okay, so it broke out, pull back, let's get in. And if it's an Astro hour, that's like a bingo trade to follow through. So same here. All right. NASDAQ, we said we'd get up higher, okay, into that 25 zone because of the gap here as well. So this is right on the resistance as well. And yesterday I did say we've got targets up here on this one. And this 16896 as well. So yesterday this was a target. As you can see, the market made that target. So nice. And on this one, that's also a target for today. But looks like on the weekly, we're at that 68 level. 16944. On the monthly, it's still, you see that big up move right on the goodbye kiss of the monthly. So it's a bit tricky with the breakout happening here. Okay. So if it gives us a clean breakout, then, tomorrow pullback will be a buy. We'll have to wait for a reaction here because the price is closed up here. Let's see if there's anything on the weekly to close up. No, there isn't. So we're either going to be sweeping the highs and then selling off, or this is going to keep going up. Okay. So that's an aggressive push up there. And that's because of, I think, Bitcoin news yesterday. At Astro Hours, if you want to sell off, I don't mind because this is a good sell off. Okay. And we haven't yet broken above that PST. It's just infringing it. Okay, that's 63. Highest it did was 64.47. So if it does dip back down, and if we close lower, then selling again yesterday will be okay. But selling the highs as well at Astro Hours, I don't think it's such a bad idea as well. The market should want to take some profit at these levels too. Okay, so with NASDAQ, if you're trading NASDAQ, you can at least follow it down into the, if you sell it off, you can cover it at the opening or down here at the daily. Okay, coming down here, but this is not a bad sell-off level at all. Okay. And as you know, we had the low of the week being the swing day, market pushing up nice and easy. Bitcoin, now yesterday Bitcoin had some good news with the EFTs, I heard. But as you can see, the market is still not very positive in that zone. Why? Because I think this is a place where the market is just wanting to take some profit. So this is a pretty good sell-off level. So market wanting to sell, just like with the Nasdaq I showed you a minute ago, right? So this is on the weekly, but Nasdaq is on the 15-minute chart. So big level to sell off. So market will want to take opportunity to push it down a little bit. On the Bitcoin, same kind of thing. Yesterday it had good news, as you can see, but it wasn't a big deal. And then we had today market going up and down. Now on the weekly, 71 is a target, 49,179. So market might get up there. If it does, that's a sell level on the daily. On the weekly, we're still in that sell zone on the price. And if the market starts to feel it's not going up much, then we can see a turnaround here. As you can see, it's pretty messy here. Okay. As the market is going up, it's a bit dangerous to stand in front of it. But what can I say? This is the sell zone. All right. So if you're trading it, what I would do is wait for the price to come up. And if it's an Astro hour, sell it then. Okay. We still haven't broken this level, this swing, or this swing to close under it. So there's no reason for the market to go into a downwards trend. But on the other hand, as you can see, that zone is pretty much a different ball game. Let's just get rid of this and update it from top to top. And then we can take this and put it there. All right, so we need to break below this line, close below it, and then a downwards trend will probably start. But you can see there's divergence as well here. Price is higher, but there's just not enough juice there. All right.